Bit raw.
You're up, mate.
Oh, what's going on?
Mate, we're live. We're live.
We're live. Right, guys, welcome to Progress Over Perfection. We are back. This is, number two, back on the rewind.
We're back. We're back.
So back. Mate, check you. You look enjoying the weather with a vest on.
Oh, mate, I'm not enjoying it. I'm fucking baking. Excuse my language. I'm absolutely cooking in my house.
Excuse your language. Coming
Yeah.
from it's usually me with the language, actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's bad, that is, James. Don't be doing that.
But you can see I'm in a different room because the other room is my outbuilding and it's like
An absolute sauna.
yeah, literally can't go in there. Cardio in the morning before the sun's up. Other than that, it's just a no-go zone.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, what's going on with you though? What's happening? What's happening?
Busy week, mate. Busy week. Just, um,
Bacon.
I had a good Father's Day last week, with the little one, spent time with him, took him out. He had a great time, apart from not wanting to sleep at any point in the day.
Oh, mate, how old is he now?
He's 17 months, so he was just grazing. So usually he'd eat and then he'd sleep, but didn't want to sleep. He ate a little bit, wanted to play, run around, go and see the animals, a little bit more food. So his energy was always topped up. He wasn't going anywhere.
Mate, you better enjoy those naps while they last because they're soon gone.
Nice.
They're
You know
soon
what?
gone,
It
man.
was good. It was good for him not to have a nap because he was a little bit more interactive, wanting to sit down and show me things. And so yeah, it was good. Tell me his new words. What about you?
Yeah, much of the same. Um, just spent the time with the little man, and that's since prep's been over. I don't know if you've seen my stories. I've been taking him to the
Yeah, of course.
park, been taking him everywhere. He's been doing taekwondo, street dance. I need to get
Okay.
him back into football. That's my love, football, first love.
Yeah.
But he don't like it.
Fair enough.
But I'm gonna just push for it a bit more until he's a bit older. Then if he says, you know what, Dad, I'm not doing this, I'm like, cool. Saving some money as well and some time.
Yes. Yeah, until he'll pick up something else that's going to take all your time now.
I,
Oh,
mate, this is enough. Flipping taekwondo's at like 6:30 on a Monday night till 7:15. It's like his bedtime. It's crazy.
yeah.
But we do what we do. We do what
Do
we do.
indeed. Yo, I've been sent two absolute monster questions.
I don't have any. I'm slacking.
I've been sent two monster questions. So the first one is they call it the one thing challenge. If you could convince everybody in the world to adopt just one fundamental habit related to nutrition, fitness for the rest of their lives, what would it be? And why do you believe it would be the most profound and have the most profound positive impact on their life?
It's a mouthful, but I don't think it's that hard for me. It would just be exercise consistently because I feel like once you exercise, the rest of your habits sort of come with that as well. So once you're training 3 or 4 times a week, you start to look at, oh, I'm gonna have a pizza on a Tuesday night, but I've just been to the gym. Like the habits start to form from the fact that are doing things a bit better.
See, I agree with that, but then I think my main thing is a lot of people will say they can't go to the gym or they don't have time for the gym. Mine would just be move more. That would be my general for every person in the world. Because obviously some people are going to say, "Oh, I can't go to the gym." Mine would be just move more, move more.
Now, but I'm not that I can't go to the gym is not really a valid excuse. If you don't have to go to the gym, you have to exercise. So that could be depending on who you are and how fit you are, whatever. Like exercise could be you walking because that could be difficult for you, or it could be a strain, or it could be strenuous. But there's no reason why you can't do a hit workout in the house. If you're maybe
If
older, you
you're
could do.
listen, you've got to think of on a global scale. You go to let's say you go to America. You got some people who are 500-600 pound who can't really move. So the main thing for them is move fucking more.
Yeah, but even like doing, sitting, standing up and sitting down in your chair,
Exactly, that's
lifting
moving
hands,
more. That's
but it's still
moving
exercise.
more.
No, but it's so I feel like when you say moving more, it's like blasé. It's just like moving. But I feel like
It's
when you
not
say
because
exercise,
it's a way
it's
of not.
structured time set aside to focus on it.
I give you that, but then the other thing is, if you say somebody who's 600 pounds and you say, "Oh, you need to go and exercise," that word scares the fucking life out of them. But where if you say you just need to move more, first that becomes a habit, and once they start moving more, then you can say you need to exercise more.
But I think it's
Mate, put your arms away. Everyone knows you've got big arms. Chill out. Put them away.
pumps real. Actually, had leg day today.
It needs a
But
load of work.
no, I feel like so when I talk to you, and it's like exercise. But when you talk to like one of your female clients or something, you're like, oh, we're going to tone up. So it's just the vocab used for different people, but we know what we mean. Because
Let's
if I
say
said to you,
some.
I want to tone up, I want to do a show, I want to tone up, you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're an idiot. But if Sandra said it to you, you'd be like, yeah, we can tone up. What we're going to do is you're going to
I
just roll
wouldn't.
with it.
I'd say, listen, we're going to move some weights. You're going to get strong, and then you're going to look good. That's
Exactly. But you roll with the tone. But if someone else, if Hyder said to you, let's get toned, you'd be like, mate, are you all right? You
yeah.
fell off your
If
bike
H
today.
said that to me, if H said that to me, I'd be like, yeah, who's this guy?
You'd be like, I'm not paying you to coach me. We're talking about toning. But it's just terminology for different people. And
That's fair.
I've also just on a tangent, but I was with I think I spoke to a few clients about it recently about you probably get it all the time as well about scale weight and stuff like that. And what I've noticed recently is the different generations of people who have different hang-ups on the scales. Because obviously, like back in the day, when we were like much younger and our parents were maybe like at our age sort of thing, it was, I want to lose weight, I'm going to eat less and I'm going to do cardio. But
Yeah,
then
it
you
was never
correct that look.
measurable. Yeah,
Yeah.
there wasn't the tangibles that we use today. Like we use like calories in versus calories out. They just all right. I'm gonna just exercise more or move more and eat a little bit
But
less.
it was just cardio. It wasn't even I'm going to weight train because
Yeah,
they
it
weren't
was
trying to create that.
aerobics and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Motivated shit.
Exactly, Mr. Motivator. But no, it's like, but they were creating the look that was like just, just
Straight up, straight
skinnier.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up, straight down.
And
Yeah,
now we're trying to create this, like if a woman had like bigger glutes and stuff in a day, she'd hate it and hide it. Whereas now when they're slim, it's like, oh, I want to grow them.
yeah,
I
yeah,
need a trainer to help me. How do I, how many workout plans have you seen on Instagram that are like, oh, build these glutes, 5 top tips to build bigger glutes, this, that, and the other. Like everyone wants to be like a wellness girl nowadays.
yeah. And again, I think that's obviously a change in the times, like you say, with how the fitness industry is going. There's back in the day, like if you were on about the fitness industry, a lot of the time, like in the 80s and 90s, it was bodybuilding fitness was, and now it's obviously you've got sports like paddle, tennis, bodybuilding, football, rugby,
But
high rocks. There's that many
exactly.
different facets for the
And it's
fitness
always
industry.
changing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you can go in so many different directions with it, and there's so many different variables that people want to use with it.
Excuse me. But and they didn't really track protein, which
No,
is obviously one of our like kind of rule one. You need enough protein. You can't just
yeah,
go, I'm gonna drop my calories. I'm gonna have, 1,000 calories today, but they're all from carbs. That's not gonna do what you want it to do. But back then it was like obviously you still have your protein, but it wasn't tracked. It was just
yeah,
everything comes down.
yeah. So it'd be like, oh, I eat 5 chicken breasts a day. All right, I'm going to go down to 4 chicken breasts a day.
Bit less rice, some
Literally, like you
veg,
say, very,
soda.
very just simple, black and white. Wasn't really weighed out and stuff like that.
I say it is generational, but when I did my first competition, I did like a bodybuild. I was a personal trainer and I did a transformation challenge with clients, and I was like, cool, I'm going to join in. I didn't have a clue what I was doing with food, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna. I used to have Uncle Ben's microwave rice. I'd have half of that. I'd have a
Yeah,
bit more veg. I'd have a bit less chicken. I just bring all my food down, and it works to a degree. But then obviously, as the time goes on, it's like, oh, I need to improve what I'm doing to be where I want to be.
yeah,
But
of
it
course.
still gets a result to a good point.
Yeah, definitely. And like you say now, there's that many ways to calculate food in that obviously there's like if it fits your macros, there's a controlled whatever. So
Even
again, there's
what's it called? So many people mentioned recently, Slimming World, because even there, I know it's an absolute joke, but they are controlling things weirdly, but there is some sort of control they're trying to put in.
yeah, but there's we've already gone on that. Like the main thing on that is they don't teach you shit. As soon as you come off it, you end up ballooning back up
But they're
and
not
probably feel
teaching you
worse.
anything. Let me show it. Like, what is it? I swear it's something like bananas are not a sin, so you can have as many as you want a day. But if you mash it, it's like a sin or something. It's got different values or
Well,
something on that sort.
doesn't change a fucking thing.
I don't have a clue.
It just changes consistency.
But you know what? With that steering wheel, what I think it is the fact that you're going to meet people, you have a community behind you, you're going to go in and weigh in, you're going to have to
It's the
be
accountability
accountable.
again.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Exactly. That
So yeah,
accountability goes a long way. And I think, like with my coaching and stuff, the community built, like a lot of my team, they all become pals. I got one who
Yeah,
comes down from like Manchester, Scotland, and stays with another one down by my way.
I
And
think
just that
that's
accountability goes a long way. That teamwork and all that sort of stuff, which is, as much as we say the fitness industry is lonely, it's not really. Just find different people who are on a similar journey to you.
yeah. And it's mad. I think because we're in the fitness industry, it seems like it's absolutely humongous. But when you look at it on an actual scale of population of people to who actually exercise and work out in the gym, let's say 2 or 3 times a week, it's fucking minuscule. So it is mad when you get so many people coming together and being friends. Like near me, they have like a run club every weekend called Rock Up. And there's people who are literally just starting out who go there, they do 5K. You have some people who do 10Ks. And then you got people who are training to do marathons and shit. And that happens every Saturday morning. They all meet in Birmingham, whether it's raining or not. And that they've built just a massive community that actually just it's bringing everyday people into it as well, not just people who actually always want to run.
Yeah, and you think, right, like, Tom, Dick, and Harry, when it's raining on a Saturday morning, they're not going to get up and run. But to go and run with your pals or people you're going to meet and run together, and I'm going to, get wet together outside, it's not that bad.
No, it's the accountability, the friendship, the camaraderie. It's like you say, it's becoming that community that helps in the long run.
Go on, let's fire your second question. What we got?
Right. Beyond aesthetics, what's the most surprising or impactful non-physical benefit you've experienced from prioritizing health and fitness?
Oh, by far the. You go first. There you go.
For me, it's by obviously having a regimented workout plan and being able to go to the gym and things like that. I think again, it's the mental fortitude that it gives you in every aspect of life. If you're having a shit day, you think back to, let's say, oh, you're having a shit day in the gym and you persevere, you push through, you get your numbers done, you get it, you transfer that into every other aspect of life. If you're having a shit day at work, you think, right, I've got fucking 3 hours left. Right, I do this for an hour, I've got this for an hour, and then I've got my last hour of work, right? I can have a coffee at this time, and then I finish work.
Yeah.
So I think it just helps build mental strength is, I would say, one of the big things. And we always go on about mindset. But I think having the mindset is probably the biggest tool.
It's like I'm not going to go into bodybuilding too much, but it obviously we display our physical attributes, but to get there is far more a mental battle to get there. Um, as you know, obviously being on stage, but like me going, I'm going to talk about preps and stuff. I had to wake up at 5 in the morning so I could go to work. Had to prepare my meals, do X, Y, and Z. Like I was studying to become a teacher. I became a teacher, postman. I've done so many jobs, but all while prepping. And then even to like build my coaching business now, all that resilience and stuff that you've built with your fitness goes into anything else you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like you said, it's that routine, that structure, and that fortitude of like you can't see like how you're gonna look on stage yet, but you know if you keep doing the stuff, you'll be where you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like you say, it's every little step helps that long-term goal. You might only take two, let's say you take 2 steps this week. That's 2 steps further than you are last week. Even if you take 5 steps and you take one back, you're still 4 steps further on.
Yeah.
It's all about just keeping that mind strong, knowing that if you think it, you can overcome it. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So what you said there is like when I have a client maybe who's maybe looking too far ahead, looking at maybe they're on stage or their photo shoot or their holiday and they're not where they want to be yet. It's like breaking it down to like, look, just win today. What are your tasks to hit
That
today?
that is
Win today.
that's one of my favorite
Yeah,
sayings. Win the day. Win the
that
day.
is it. Because you might be, I'm going to be hungry tomorrow. Today's a training day or something. Tomorrow's a rest day. I'm going to be hungry. Today, worry about what have you got to do today? We'll worry about tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you do that, and you just get that little bit closer. You're one step closer to the goal, and,
You
and, and
tick
it's just
tick the
yeah.
days off. Tick the days off. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
what I have
right.
to tell myself in prep when I get to the end. I'm like, oh mate,
Yeah, your last
I'm
last two or three
starving.
weeks when
Yeah,
you're digging in.
don't want to train. I
Or
got
you get
no energy to
halfway through
train.
your cardio. You get halfway through your cardio in the morning. You're like, I'm gonna get off, and you're like, right, 5 more minutes. You do that 5 minutes,
Yeah,
and then you're
yeah.
like, 5 more minutes. You break it down, right? You got 50 minutes
But,
left, right? 10 sets of five. Right, okay, let's
yeah,
go. Yeah,
but the amount of maths I do on the bike or the stairs, like, okay, I'm always looking for that halfway mark. It's like I'm in a plane, the point of no return. Cool.
yep,
I've done more, even if it's 1 second, I've done more than I have to do left.
yep.
And then it just becomes a little bit easier.
Yeah,
But
mine. I'm like, that. definitely.
But a lot of his, I think a lot of his routine. So like the routine of kind of just waking up and doing cardio, or going to, like, sometimes I tell clients, look, it's a good idea to structure your week so you're going to train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because then you've got that routine, and that routine carries on to life.
Yep.
So you're gonna, I don't know, take the kids to wherever on a Monday, and you just got that routine in place, and then everything just becomes a little bit easier
Yeah, and
because
you can literally plan everything around it then because like
yeah,
you say, let's say you go to the gym first thing in the morning on Wednesday, right? Then go back, take the kids to school, right? Then you go to work, go and pick the kids up, or the kids get home, you get home, make the kids dinner. Right, what have I got to do then? Oh, okay, I can have my chill out time. That is my scheduled time. They'll be in bed. I can chill out then. And then we make a plan for the next day. We attack the next day.
but that even goes with, like, I don't know, you need a new job, so you're gonna set aside, an hour every day to apply for jobs. And even while you're at work or building your side business, you've got 9 to 5 at work. I need to do X, Y, and Z. I need to work. If I work double hard between 9 and 3, I got 3 to 5 to like push my coaching stuff. Because like, when I was teaching, I was still doing my coaching stuff, but I just had to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure my school stuff was in place. So it's just
of
that
course.
structure, that routine, and everything can just become that little bit. I don't know. It's not easier, but you're more prepared for it because you expect it to come. That's what I'm supposed to
Yeah,
do.
I like that. I like that way of looking at it. Not obviously, like you say, it's not easier, but like you say, you're prepared,
Yeah. And
and
you're not
it's
wasting any time. And like you said, I like what you said. You went, I'm going to set aside this time to relax. Because when you don't set aside time to relax, what happens is, it gets to, 8 o'clock at night, and you're like kind of relaxing, but in your head, you feel like you should be doing something else. So you're kind of just, you are watching the telly, but you feel guilty because you're not supposed to be. Whereas if your day was structured to down to a, I don't know, I'm not to a T exactly, but I know when it's time to work and I know when it's time
yeah, rough
to chill
times.
out.
And
Yeah.
again, like that helps again with everything else, definitely. But it's like me at the minute. I wake up. I usually wake up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock every morning. Like
Half
even if I haven't got
four.
work. Yeah, I naturally just wake up early, bro. I can't help it.
Jeez. I need to get
So
back to that.
like my main thing is at the minute why it's light. There's a massive park not far from me. I'll go there every morning. Go and get a 40-minute walk in. It's like 7,500 steps. I'm sweet for the rest. Even if I end up doing, I usually end up doing like say 15K a day, and like I've done half of them before anyone's even awake.
Yeah. Because like I watch, obviously you probably watch YouTube and you see all these like coaches and athletes and all these people, and you watch a day in the life, you're like, mate, every day in life is the exact same, it's the same as mine. I wake up, I do cardio, I walk the dog, I have breakfast, I do dinner. Like it's just but we all have that little thing. And like you said, you have, your 7, 8K done in the morning before like 8 o'clock in the morning, half your steps. I'm the same. I'll take the dog out and I'll do 4K, and that's half because I only got 8K to do. I do more cardio to balance it out.
Yeah, yeah.
So just, yeah, and I think, yeah, starting the day, I don't, it's kind of gone off a tangent, but starting the day with some real intent. So like I think we spoke about before about cardio. If you can tick it off in the morning, or bike at home, or cross train or treadmill at home, it kind of sets you up for the day because you've ticked a
Yeah.
massive box that you
And
don't
like you
really
say,
no one
that
wants
then
to do
equates
that.
to then being having that time at the end of the day to relax.
But you also, I feel like you're more productive as well because there's nothing worse. And obviously in prep, when you've got 2 sets of cardio, you can't really do anything about it. But you're like,
You set to cardio,
oh, I
mate.
mate, I do a lot.
I
But you
literally
get
get
to
an
a point
hour.
where you're just dreading that cardio coming later because maybe you missed it this morning. It's
Yeah.
like in half an hour, and everything else drags because you're just dreading this thing that has to be
Yep.
done. Yeah.
No, of
So,
course.
any other topics you got?
No, mate, it's about time. You bring something up, innit? Bring
I
something to
had
the
loads of
party.
topics last week. Let me see my phone.
All right, your thoughts on working out whilst on holiday? It's going to be a prevalent one at the minute.
Yeah, for me personally, and for clients, if you don't have to, like you're not in prep, and to be honest, even if you are in prep, you probably don't have to. Just factor it as a deload week, because
Yeah.
obviously it's about, for me, a holiday is about family time. It's about enjoying. It's about resetting. It's about, so
Relaxing, yeah.
yeah. So this is why I say movement's good. So you go, get your steps high, see the country you're in. It's probably somewhere nice. Don't be a dick with food.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you say,
if you,
most people now do all inclusive, and there is a lot of healthy options, especially all these
oh yeah,
countries you go to. They've got like grilled chicken, beef. lamb,
Omelette.
seafoods, like,
Yeah.
and the breakfasts are always good. You always got like boiled eggs, omelets, scrambled eggs, fruit. Like you can eat very well and not overindulge on calories and still come back on. I know people who come back lighter.
Yeah. But I feel like when your food's high, so let's say we're deep off season and you go on holiday, I'll come back lighter. There's no way I'm getting 5,000, 6,000. It's uncomfortable. So I don't want to be uncomfortable.
And even if you got close to that, you're somewhere where it's hot. You're
Yeah.
even sitting there. Your thermogenic fucking ratio is through the fucking roof. You're
Yeah.
sitting there just sizzling like an absolute whale. So
And your appetite's just shot in the heat. I've even had it with clients this week. It's like hunger's gone right down. And I'm like, you know what? Let's embrace it. Let's enjoy it while it's
it's fun
there.
because it means when you get back, you're gonna have to eat a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. Okay, I have this conversation all the time. What are your top tips for improving digestion?
Oh mate, gut health is massive for me. So I would say drop in. There's three things that you can drop in for gut health, which you can put with like one with breakfast. You can have one. So we go with kefir is great, helps with
I
gut.
call it kefir. I don't really say
Yeah,
it.
kefir.
I don't even
It's
know. But it's the yogurt, guys.
yeah, yeah. It's and do you know what? For me, it's the most expensive one out of the three that I'm going to list.
This
But
is the
it
one
does
I use,
taste.
actually. This is the one
No, I use the next one I'm going to say,
yeah.
which is kimchi.
No, I never recommend that either.
Kimchi again is very good for the gut, like amazing.
And sauerkraut.
Um, and then sauerkraut's the last one, yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I never
sauerkraut and
recommend those
kimchi,
things.
yeah, they're really good for, especially if you don't want to be taking supplements. They're
Mm.
great. If you can have a little bit with each meal, they're natural and they work wonders for
Yeah.
gut health.
And I saw it's like, I had a look the other day, it's like 100 grams, like 20 calories or something. I've never
Yeah,
tasted it or
it's
tried it or
ridiculously
anything.
ridiculously low,
Yeah.
and then you can have things like kombucha and things like that as well. But I would rather stick to the actual foods rather than
Isn't,
a drink.
isn't it better to have the one that's not in a jar?
What do you mean?
Kimchi and sauerkraut.
Yeah, kimchi usually, well, good kimchi will usually come in plastic,
Yeah.
but and then sauerkraut usually comes in a jar.
Okay.
But you want sauerkraut that's not got a lot of liquid in.
Okay. There you go, guys. Top tips. I'm gonna try some. I'm gonna try some. I'm
So,
gonna get some when I go shop next.
kimchi, mate, kimchi is good. Yesterday I had
Does it
kimchi,
taste
chicken,
nice?
rice, vegetables. Pardon?
Does it taste nice?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kimchi is the best tasting out of kimchi and sauerkraut.
See, for me, so like my top three are apple cider vinegar,
Okay.
and well, I know it tastes like arse, but for me, it's like, you know what? If something tastes bad and it's like sold across the world, millions of bottles in every shop, then it must be
Pretty good.
good for you.
Yeah.
So apple cider vinegar, glutamine. See, I'll go supplements, just straight raw
Yes.
supplements. Glutamine in the morning as well with that, and then just lemon juice and like just one mixture all together. And
Okay.
then, if that doesn't help, typically there's something you're eating that's
That
not
is,
digesting properly.
yeah. And obviously then that inflames and then you have
Yeah.
issues, intestinal problems and gut
But
problems.
what would you say are the top most common issues people have food with?
Usually high starchy foods.
Okay. See, for
So
me,
I have,
go on.
go on, Karen. I was going to
No, no,
say.
go, go. You're gonna.
So one of my main clients is potatoes. Like potatoes give her the worst bloating. Potatoes and bread give the
Oh, bread,
worst
yeah.
bloat.
Some people bread. But then I'd recommend a good sourdough. And guys, when you get
Yep.
a sourdough, you're looking for. I was looking the other day and like, and they all say sourdough, but you need to look at them at the back and which one, quite simply, has the least ingredients. That is in short going to be because I think it should have about five, four,
Yeah,
five.
and a real sourdough is not usually overly soft.
Mm.
A proper sourdough has usually got a bit of oomph to it.
The Italian man knows bread. There we go.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
And
so
then actually, I'll give you a quick lowdown on pasta. Seeing as we're getting on the Italian subject, pasta, right? So most pasta that's sold in this country is like a yellowy tinge to it. Don't get it. So what happens is
What's that I
pasta in
use,
this
man? 30p.
no, no, no. So pasta in this country is dried ridiculously quick. That's why it has that color. So then when you cook it, it expands massively and changes color. Whereas pasta that's cooked and made in Italy, it's always like a pale, really pale color, and it will never change. It'll never change color, and it'll never change shape. It'll never bulk up. And it's because they dry it. We dry it over 3 or 4 days instead of it being dried over an hour or two. So the glycemic index in it is a lot lower. So this is why Italians don't get bloated. They can eat a lot more pasta than us because it digests a lot better.
And you have to think, right, it all comes down to money and volume, right? Because if I'm going to sell this pack for 30p, like I mentioned, I'm not going to spend 3 or 4 days drying this shit out. I want it bang in a packet next, bang in a
You know
packet,
what?
it's 30p. So
Nowadays, like Lidl and Lidl does most of their pasta is dried over a long period of time. It's very
how do you
light in
know?
color.
How,
Pardon?
how can you tell?
You can tell by the color of it. So if you go down like Tesco's aisle and you'll see it's like a yellowy, really, really hard. And then you go into Lidl, you'll see it's almost like a creamy color.
Okay.
And it's not
Guys,
like
we're
a
gonna
yellow.
he's going to next time he's in the supermarket, he's gonna pick up two
Mate,
packs.
I've got some in my
No, we
cupboard.
need to see both. So we need to see like a yellow one,
I might have some of the other one in my cupboard.
and we're gonna get a picture up. I don't know if you want to do it now, if you've got time. But
Uh
we'll do it next. We'll do it
we'll do
next
it for the
week.
next one.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. Um, so for me, starchy food, I find that pops up straight away because obviously when I write a plan, like for the sake of like prepping your food, you might have 2 or 3 meals out of pasta or their chicken or their pasta or their rice or their potatoes. So normally you're eating quite a high volume of it, so you spot that straight away. But I find things that go under the radar are like whey protein, yogurt and the dairy in the yogurt.
Yeah, it's usually people
Um,
have like a slight lactose.
yeah,
It's not even like a full lactose intolerance, it's a slight intolerance.
yeah. But it makes a big difference
Of
because
course.
they stop going to the toilet. Um, you're bloated, and you can't realize what it is. And I find when you go on a meal plan, you're having the same foods every day. Whereas before, you're kind of mixing up. You might not have protein every day, but it's the combined effect of whey every day. So every day you're
Yeah.
fine, but it's like stacking on top of each other. So it's like, okay, cool. I've now got a problem because I'm having it every day. And that doesn't mean don't have it every day because that's going to defeat it. It's obviously not digesting right, but you're not feeling the impact until, a week or two down the line.
Yeah, yeah.
So whey, and then obviously alternatives are like vegan protein and plant-based protein, which
And then
are
you get like the beef isolate protein and stuff
yeah.
like that as well. Yeah.
Even isolate often does the job because obviously it's filtered more. It doesn't work for everyone, but it's filtered
Yeah.
more. So and it tastes better than the others, so that's worth a try. Um, I had a client, Britt, who's coming on soon. I was like, cool, we know yogurt is an issue, dairy, Greek yogurt. So I was like, cool, we figured it out. Because once we pulled it out, she just started losing weight again. Like nothing else changed, all this weight gone. And then for about a year, it was like, cool, we're gonna run dairy-free yogurt. And then she messaged me. I was like, cool, we're gonna pull the yogurt again because it was supposed to be dairy-free and back in prep sort of thing in a photo shoot. And I think she showed me the yogurt, something like that, or mentioned it. I was like, that's not dairy-free. Pulled it out, boom, lost a shit ton of weight again. But that's Brick for you. You're all gonna meet her.
Like you say, it's crazy that once you can target that nuisance food, the difference it has on the body.
Yeah. And you have to like prioritize because some clients are like, oh, but I love my cheese or I love my yogurt or my snack and my sweet treat. But
That's holding you back.
exactly for the sake of progress, like and where we are today, there's so many alternatives for these things.
Yeah.
And I think I told her just literally 1 week try every other brand of dairy free,
Yeah.
and one probably mostly shit, but one will be okay,
Yeah.
and then you get used to it. It's kind of
I
like dark
mean,
chocolate. You don't like it, don't like it, and now all of us are like, oh, I love dark chocolate. 10 years
yeah.
ago, when we're not in the fitness world, someone give you dark chocolate, you wouldn't eat it.
Or when you were a kid and someone would give you like a dark chocolate bounty, you'd be like, "What is this?"
I'd rather not eat it. Like, what is that?
Like a Bourneville bar, and now you look at them, you try them, you're like, "That's not even dark chocolate."
No, I'd
It's
rather
like
not have it.
60%. Like, give me the 85.
Oh, now I'm like that, but before I want milk chocolate. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like proper dairy milk, dirty. I don't want. Well, they didn't even know the health benefits of dark chocolate back in the day either.
No. No, of
Yeah.
course.
Let's see.
What are you drinking there, mate?
Oh, I'll be going there.
Is this a zero cal energy drink?
Yeah.
Dark Thunder
I've
Ale.
been
Oh,
off the. It's the fake monster, but obviously because it's so hot, I can't be drinking a coffee, mate. I'm
That's fair.
already like hot and stuffy, so I've been on these. But yeah, what are your thoughts on these and
Do you know what?
carbonated drinks in general?
Do you know what? It's one of them. They're like I still programming if people are on diets or they're on prep or whatever. If you want to have a sugar-free drink every other day, cool, have a sugar-free drink. Like it's it's gonna drop that sugar craving for you because it tastes sweet. Just fucking do it. Doesn't it's not the be all and
Provided
end
it
all.
doesn't cause you an issue. But I feel like with a one of these drinks, I feel like the issue comes near enough straight away. Within an hour
Yeah,
or so, you'd have drank it unbloated, you'd know. Whereas like the other things we mentioned, it's like it's the accumulated effect. Whereas this, you feel bloated straight away, so you
yeah.
know that maybe that drink's not right for you, or maybe they're just not right for you, or you have to be prepared to take the bloat or whatever it
Yeah,
comes
you
with it.
just obviously your body's not, let's say your body's not used to the gas in it. All
Mm.
right, you're gonna be bloated for fucking an hour later for 10, 20 minutes until
Mm.
you either have to let wind out either end. And then
Yeah, or just
or
not
like you
sometimes
say,
going to pee as
or then
well.
you could have an actual issue with an ingredient where then you are irritated, and then that way, then yeah, you can drop it out.
This one, because I know
180 milligrams of caffeine.
this is the 180, I think.
Yeah, yeah, 180 milligrams of
Yeah,
caffeine.
too much. It's like two coffees in one.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I probably have two of those a day now.
I have a very bad habit of leg day, Saturday morning. I will have a can of Monster with 2 scoops of pre-workout.
Together.
Yeah. And the
Oh,
pre-work and the pre-workout I have, right? It's from America and it's 400 milligrams of caffeine per scoop.
see, guys,
So I do almost so 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, I will have about 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in my system whilst I train legs.
I think your daily intake's like supposed to be like 100 or 200
No,
or
it's
something like
not.
that.
It's higher than that. It's
It's
higher
not
than that.
high.
It's higher
It's
than
a
that.
lot
Right.
lower than we think. But for perspective, guys, the average coffee is it like 80,
80 to 90,
80 or
yeah.
100, yeah. But that pre-workout he takes, those are the ones that are called like kill your mum with a skull on it, or you know, crush
No,
the
it's not.
world,
This
and all
this
these.
one is literally it's by
Not
Raw
similar to that.
Nutrition. It's by Raw Nutrition, and it's literally called Savage Pre-Workout. Chris Bumstead's one.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Right,
lots of
yeah,
those ones.
up to 400
Up to
milligrams.
from,
Yeah.
does it have a from?
No, it says up to like the max amount should be
Yeah.
400 a day.
I thought there might have been a cool. But even
So
that, see,
that's
I'm within mine, guys. 360 on average at
so
the moment.
that's 10 cans of Coca-Cola or 2 energy drinks.
Yeah. And I don't recommend. So I normally have like once post show is kind of finished, I'll probably go for like
Detox.
one one of those a day or two coffees.
Yeah, I
Normally I
usually
have two coffees.
oh mate, I drink so much coffee every day. It's unreal.
I
But
switched to
I'd
decaf.
usually have yeah decaf. Yeah, I'd usually do a caffeine detox.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you know what? It doesn't. I don't think I have caffeine for the actual benefits of caffeine. I think for me, it's more of a habit.
Yeah, so that's why you need to put it out.
But do you know what? Even if I pull it out, though, it doesn't. When I come back to it, I don't just have like 200 milligrams of caffeine and be like, whoa, I'm wired.
I do. I'll be like,
I
oh, I'm
don't.
ready
It
now.
doesn't have a negative effect either way. Like if I have it, like it's more about when I have the pre-workout. It's got 6.2 grams of beta alanine in, so my face is itching like
Yeah, yeah,
somebody's absolutely put itching powder all over me.
yeah.
But for the actual caffeine wise, it doesn't bother me with the caffeine. But it has got an immense focus with it. Is really good. Like after the beta alanine calms down, the focus that I get from it is brilliant.
See, sometimes I'll use a pump for that, but to be honest, my head just has to be in it, whether I'm on
Yeah,
whatever it is. But I won't use any pre-workout unless I'm in prep. It's kind of a rule I've
yeah. Only use pre
done
on
it
leg
about
day.
a year. Yeah,
Only
yeah.
use pre on leg day, and
I feel
then
like a lot of people use these things just because they think that's going to take you to the next level, but it's really not. And
it's
obviously,
not.
as a marketing tool, it's like, yeah, take it every day because then you're going to finish it quicker and you're going to buy a new one.
No, but you're going to end up smashing your adrenal glands to pieces,
And you're
and
not going to
that's
have any effect. You're not going to have a better session after a while. It's just going to be like, yeah, I've had more
and
caffeine.
then obviously this is why most people end up having a caffeine detox because they just nullify themselves to it and they just don't have
Mate,
anything from it.
I would have had one of these. I probably still could now and go to sleep. Not a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like,
Literally within like half an
I
hour,
mean,
I'm
I
completely out.
only sleep for like 4 hours, 5 hours, but yeah, I could still do it.
Like when I was in prep, sleep was terrible. I was up every hour or two, and then I put Lost on. Like, oh shit, what's happened now? Rewind. Oh, go back an episode. Cool, here we are.
And
Watch it
before
for
you know
half
it,
an
you've been
hour.
up for 3.5, 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously go to the toilet and all that sort of stuff as well. But
And then you got the main thing is that happens in prep. You end up falling asleep in the middle of the day doing menial tasks.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
You'll be
still.
sitting there. You'll be sitting there, and you'll just find yourself going,
I mean, that's me now, but not like that. I literally sit in. I have breakfast now, and I just sit on the sofa just when I finished, and it's like, oh shit, it's half an hour later. I better start working. My body's still like transitioning. Everything's still
yeah,
all over the place, but we're getting there. How long we got?
4-ish minutes.
Yeah, we might have to touch on one more thing. I had one to mind. Okay, what is your one? Ooh, let's go two. Favorite carb source, protein source, fat source, something a bit chill.
Oh, so I'm gonna
Two?
go protein
Should we go
source,
one?
steak. Steak. Love a good steak. And I could eat red meat every single fucking day of the week.
Even from
Carb source.
digestive standpoint as well.
Yeah, mate, digestive is good with me, like red meat.
Even like a
Um,
few meals a day.
yeah, even if I had like say the other day I had steak and eggs for breakfast and then I had
Proper
mincemeat later in
bodybuilder.
the day. You know what?
Proper bodybuilder. Steak and
Oh
eggs.
mate, it was good. It was good. Just a little rump steak with 2 eggs. It was nice.
That's it.
Fat sauce, either whole eggs or avocado.
Okay.
See, I would say peanut butter, but then then I end up eating bagels and
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
and then yeah, bagels with peanut butter are just a banger. And then I would go carb sauce on prep. Always rice, but off season pasta.
Okay. So no, so what's your second? So you got two of everything. What's your second protein?
Uh, some sort of seafood, so crab or prawns, just because they digest so easily.
But they cost so much. If I could have
Mate, Costco, go
prawns,
to Costco. You can get a kilo and a half bag of prawns for £14.
bro, I think farm food actually might be cheaper.
Yeah,
Farm food is I buy a
but it,
1.2 kilos of cooked chicken breast for
mm,
like £7. It's cooked.
that's
Plain, it's like I think it's like 98%, which is obviously it's not 100%, but when you buy from the bodybuilding prep companies like GSN, they're not 100% either.
no, yeah, of
They're not
course.
bad at
And
all,
then
and
I
that's
think
like
for
half
me,
the
the
price.
easiest place to go and get stuff from, chicken and beef wise, go to a butcher or meat market.
No,
Like I live in not far from me, Birmingham. I can go into Birmingham. I can get 5 kilos of mincemeat for like less than £15, and that's like lean mincemeat.
yeah. But
And
for
you got
me,
to think,
the
what in the shop you're paying £7 or £8 for 700 grams.
750 grams, yeah, I think the
Yeah, so
prices
look,
are
you're
up.
looking at what 1.5 kilos for almost what I'm paying 5 kilos.
But have you noticed they're all near enough all shops have vacuum packed their beef now, and
Yeah,
it tastes fucking weird.
it's because they take there's no air in it, is there? And
Yeah,
when they used to have it in
I hate that.
plastic, when they were in the plastic, they obviously pumped a little bit of air or nitrogen or something in it. Because obviously when
Yeah,
you
but the
do
package is
it,
obviously
it
really firm.
goes,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think that's probably something to do with it as well.
But let me go through mine quickly. My top proteins: beef burgers, lean, low-fat beef burgers. I've been loving those lately. Like 120 calories each. I'm just gonna say chicken because you can't go wrong with chicken.
No, you can cook
Uh,
it so many ways.
it's just so easy. You can eat it morning, breakfast. Doesn't. It's just. I feel like we've had it for so many years. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
Carbs. I'm going oats. Ooh, I'm gonna just say rice because it's easy. It's just safe. You can't go wrong with rice.
Yeah.
Fats, dark chocolate, and peanut butter.
Fair. There you go.
But
You literally got four of everything to take your pick from there, guys.
there we go. But guys, that's a wrap because we're gonna get locked off. We're back next week, so make sure the questions come in, and then we'll be a bit more. We were a bit better today, definitely not better, but it'll be even more fine tuned as we keep going. So,
Of
ping your
course.
questions across. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Boom.
Hey. Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, yeah, cool, bro.